Well, good evening and welcome to the annual Marine Corps Ground Awards Dinner. I'm retired Master Sergeant Preston Mitchell, Director of Foundation Programs at the Marine Corps Association, and it's my pleasure to be with you tonight as we continue our mission of advancing leadership and recognizing excellence. And there's certainly a lot of excellence to recognize this evening. Our color guard comes from the oldest post of the Corps, Marine Barracks, Washington, D.C., and is led by the Color Sergeant of the Marine Corps, Sergeant Jean-Pierre Saint-Cyrin. Our musical support is provided by the President's own Marine Chamber Orchestra under the direction of Gunnery Sergeant Tyler Limbrock, Assistant Drum Major. Established by an act of Congress in 1798, the United States Marine Band is our nation's oldest professional musical organization and is the oldest continuously active unit in the Marine Corps. Please rise for the presentation of the colors, our national anthem, and the retirement of the colors, and remain standing for the playing of the Marines' hymn.
The halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, we fight our country's battles in the air, on land and sea. First to fight for right and freedom, and to keep our honor clean. We are proud to claim the title, United States Marine.
Please join me in thanking the orchestra and color guard for their outstanding support this evening. Thank you. Please be seated. At this time, please direct your attention to the screens for a brief video presentation.
The Marine Corps Association is the professional association of the United States Marine Corps. Founded over 100 years ago by General John A. Lejeune, who, along with a group of like-minded Marines, saw the need for an association whose mission was the betterment and improvement of the Corps through professional development, the recognition of excellence, and by expanding awareness of the rich traditions and history of the world's finest fighting force.
The MCA is a member-based organization comprised of tens of thousands of active duty, reserve, and veteran Marines, and together with our donors and industry partners, we provide a variety of resources to assist in the education and growth of those in the profession of arms. Our Total Force membership program provides premium memberships to all serving active and reserve Marines at no cost to the individual.
The Marine Corps Gazette and Leatherneck, Magazine of the Marines, are the flagship publications of the Marine Corps Association. The MCA first published the Marine Corps Gazette in 1916 as the Corps' professional journal for sharing ideas and professional discussion. Today's contributors include Marines of all ranks from across the force, discussing topics relevant to all elements of the MAGTAF, as well as leadership, innovation, and modernization. In its over 100 years in print, Leatherneck magazine has shared the stories of Marines and friends of Marines in every clime and place, from personal accounts of historic battles to today's deployments.
To develop professional excellence in all Marines and the Marine Corps community, the Marine Corps Association provides a wide range of resources, including battle study packages, authoritative references, MCA films, podcasts, and decision-making exercises.
We also support commanders across the force with professional dinners, spouse summits, and professional leaders conferences. Through these programs, we provide Marines and spouses with tools and knowledge, as well as opportunities to hear from military, academic, and industry subject matter experts to challenge and inform their thinking. The association also partners with the Marine Corps to recognize the achievements of thousands of Marines each year.
High-performing Marines in various occupational fields are recognized by their communities, deputy commandants, and commanding generals at annual awards dinners. Honor graduates receive awards provided by the MCA at institutions ranging from the recruit depots to top-level PME schools.
Since 2015, the MCA has co-hosted the Modern Day Marine Military Exposition to provide the Corps' leadership an annual venue to engage with Congress, industry, the media, and Marines. The bookstore is MCA's new online destination for professional military reading and Marine Corps heritage, connecting Marines, families, and supporters with trusted books, lifestyle apparel, commemorative gifts, and birthday ball supplies that educate, inspire, celebrate tradition, and preserve the intellectual, cultural, and historical legacy of the Corps. For over a century, it has been the privilege of the Marine Corps Association to support the professional development of Marines on and off the battlefield, and we look forward to continuing to serve our fellow Leathernecks in every clime and place in the future. Semper Fidelis.
Well, now it's my pleasure to introduce the President and CEO of the Marine Corps Association. Please welcome Lieutenant General Charles Scirotti.
Thanks, Preston. Thanks for that introduction. Well, it's great to be back. I just want to set the record straight. Let me just start off with that. I was in Italy for the Training and Education Command. I was not wearing a Speedo, and I had my shirt on for obvious reasons. I want to set that because about 20 people came up to me tonight and said, we heard all about that. So for General Watson, who's not here tonight to face the music, I'll make sure I was in. But I did at 2 o'clock in the morning, Italian time, have jet lag, and I watched the full dinner, so I got to catch the comments, and it was pretty hilarious. I was the only one awake in my family, unfortunately. Ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed an honor for me to be here tonight at this very, very special event. This is our 23rd Ground Awards dinner. And if you think about this, that's quite an achievement. It is one of the longest standing dinners that we do. This award started, really this recognition started with General Jones, and we evolved it to the MCA, and we've been doing this for a while. Excuse me. We started with the intent of recognizing the very best in our combat arms MOSs. And this legacy endures to this day. And if you stop and you think about that, we're recognizing the field craft, the skill, the leadership, the mentorship of young Marines across the force. And if you look at the competition to get them to this level, that's pretty impressive. And so these Marines and sailors that you'll see up here really represent our formations formidably, but they also are a true significance to themselves and what they are able to accomplish. So just a quick round of applause for all of them, please. I want to, as always, I always do, start off by just thanking the team that makes this possible. Very, very, very small team. I'll start off with Leanne Mitchell tonight. All of us know her. She does a fantastic job. She is my coach and mentor, and if I screw it up, she always tells me right afterwards. So, Leanne, I'm starting off with you. Thank you very much for all you do. The team is in the back. Lieutenant Colonel Armistead's back there, and the rest of the team from the MCA, thank you so much for all you do. It is a very small team that puts 32 events a year, just dinners. And then when you throw in modern day Marine and other things, you know, we're hitting up about 40, 45, and we do that with about 10 people. And I'm very proud of that effort and what they do. So I always want to give them the recognition that's due. Tonight I'm co-hosting this event with Lieutenant General Bergeron, the OPSO of the Marine Corps, if you will. And Jay, thank you so much for first of all, for taking the time to be here. I know this is a very busy time for our senior executive boardroom and your job especially, but for all of the senior executives that represent the Marine Corps, testimony season is in full swing, and I know that you know, some of you will have a job today, probably not tomorrow after what you said, and so, you know, good luck. You can take my job when I leave here, but truly, thank you for taking the time and co-hosting with this. This is a significant recognition event for us, and I believe for the Marine Corps. At the head table, just let me call out some folks here, very special folks that are joining us at the head table. I'd like to start off with Lori Bohr, one of the namesake awardees. Tonight will be the first time, and General Bergeron will talk a little bit about it, but tonight will be the first time that we award the Bohr Award. She is accompanied by Robert and Richard, the brothers of Gunnery Sergeant Bohr, coming all the way from Iowa, if I believe, for the brothers, and Lori's coming from the back gate of Camp Pendleton, if that's correct, right? So we all know that place. I'm also honored to welcome at the table a friend of ours, Major General Fred Padilla. Fred, thank you so much for being here. I know we'll tie the story together tonight, but just having you here, brother, is just phenomenal. So a round of applause for Brad. He's accompanied by his sponsor, Amy, his daughter. So Amy, thank you for getting your dad out here. Truly appreciate that. Make sure he doesn't drink too much tonight. We're also here with another father-son duo here. And for those of you who have endured the days and the sweat and the grime at 29 Palms up and down the Delta Corridor, almost had your jobs taken away from you because someone was over your back telling you, you won't forget this name, but Colonel Andy Kennedy, retired, right? Yep, there you go, right there. What a mentor to all of us. So thank you so much for being here. And he's accompanied by his son, Captain Kennedy. Captain Kennedy is talking to General Bergeron, advising on what he should do in the Marine Corps. So that's very good. That's good. Just continue giving the OPSO of the Marine Corps advice. I'm sure he'll listen to you. Also at the head table, we have Chris Patton from Lockheed. Chris, thank you for not only being from Lockheed, but also in the sponsorship you give, but also for being a board member for us tonight. Thank you. In the House tonight, we have a lot of, well, several, I should say, general officers if I could just call them out really quickly. Lieutenant General Austin, DC, CDNI, PAE, Marine Corps. Is there any other letters that I've omitted for that? That's it, okay. A very busy man. He was busy as CDNI. We put together that 2 portfolios, and now he's never home. So, Smash, thanks for being here, as always. Lieutenant General Annabelle, are you here? Stewart, are you here? Good to see you, brother. Newly minted, I guess, DCOS for Transformation Capabilities Development for the NATO headquarters down there in Norfolk. Thanks for making your way up here, and thanks for being here. This one's a scratcher a little bit, but literally 4 days in the making. Lieutenant General Wayland Baja. It's great to see that rank on you. Just a round of applause for Baja. And he is the money man of the Marine Corps. So, think about that. So for all of you contractors and sponsors out there, you need to talk to that guy. But congratulations, Baja, by the way. Major General Jason Morris, DUROPS, PP&O. Jason, I know you're out there, right there. And he's going to get relieved here pretty soon. Not in that bad sense, but he's going to get relieved of the DUROPS. He's held it the longest in the Marine Corps, so he gets to go do greater things here. Brigadier General Tim Brady, I think you're here. Yeah, all right, CDD. And Brigadier General Reggie McClam and Sergeant Major Mendez, welcome from 2nd Marine Division. Yeah. Marta said the whole 2nd Marine Division was coming up, and you two came. So, but that's it. That's all we need is you two. That's it, I guess. So thank you so much for all of you for being here. It's fantastic, and thank you for the support that you give us. I'd also like to welcome Colonel Bob McCarthy and Sergeant Major Kular. I know, Bob, you're out here from the CEO and Sergeant Major from TBS. Congratulations. Thanks. It was great to see you up at the Naval Academy this week. Several retired general officers in the crowd. Thank you all for being here. Too many to list, so I'm just going to move on from that so I don't get accused of talking all night or anything like that, but welcome. I want to just land on this a minute. We have 3 families here that are representing our namesake awards, and so if you would just hold your applause. I'm going to call them out, and then at the end we'll give them a nice warm applause. First and foremost, the family members of Sergeant James Horsecollar Smith. We have sons Chris and Kevin. You here? Good. Thank you. We'll applaud you later on. Hold on. Zimbeck family, Pam, wife Pam, daughter Phelan, and mother Joanne. I know you're here. Thank you so much. And the Boer family, we already introduced them. So ladies and gentlemen, please, a warm welcome. Later this evening, we will recognize and award the Leftwich Trophy. That's a pretty big trophy over there. But that trophy was, it's depending on how you look at it, it's a trophy, it's an award. We look at it as a trophy. Is given out for outstanding leadership, and it's an award that we present in the Marine Corps annually in memory of Lieutenant Colonel William Groom Leftwich, United States Marine Corps, who was killed in action during the Vietnam War in November of 1970. We will be giving that out. But tonight, I get the honor of recognizing those who have been awarded throughout our history, Leftwich winners. And so I'd like to start with Major General Del Alford. Sir, if you could stand. He is the class of 1997. I've got Colonel Jonathan Smith, 2007, and Colonel Benjamin Middendorf. I know you're here somewhere. There you go. 2012. Thank you all. And you see what happens, Captain Kennedy, you're going to end up somewhere in the mix there. You know, Colonel, General, I don't know, but it's going to happen to you, I'm sure. I'd like to also welcome Congressman Jared Golden, who represents the 2nd District in Maine. Sir, are you here? Right there. And I'd like to hold him up as an example, truly. If you know a little bit about the congressman, He enlisted in the Marine Corps. He's got 2 deployments, combat deployments as an infantryman, one to Iraq and one to Afghanistan. His 3rd one is in Congress. He deployed, and he's still fighting that battle, by the way. He deployed with 3/6 to both Afghanistan and Iraq. Sir, thank you so much for being here, but also thank you so much for the example that you set for all of us. Thank you. I think Colonel Roy Celeste, are you here? Ray's not here. I don't know if he picked up his badge or not, but and then Athea Germano, Military and Veterans Affairs Liaison to Congressman Joyce, I believe. Athena, are you here? There you go. Thank you so much for being here, man. This would not be, we're here for one reason, and that's to recognize excellence, but we're also here to pass on this legacy and heritage of our Marine Corps. And so for all of our young sergeants and below, and I don't mean that by anything other than just trying to set up some, if you just please stand. Let's see if they can, if Marines can follow that. Truly, this night is about you and no one else. And so take advantage of it. Make sure that you hit the general up for drinks and anything else you'd like, dinner. It's all on us. But the night is about really for you and to see this wondrous machine that is the Marine Corps. So, ladies and gentlemen, this night would not be possible without the support of our sponsors. And so I'd like to thank all of them, and in particular one of our new sponsors, American Apparel, Jeff. Raise your hand. There you go. American Apparel sponsoring tonight's event. Thank you. Okay, so let's pick up the pamphlets. Let's go through this. This is like exercise. You got to have like the harmonica or whatever that thing is out here. But you'll see that we start off you'll see General Bargeron's bio on there, the agenda, Gunnery Sergeant Boer's citation and bio. We'll talk a little bit about the winners and then our sponsors. If you flip to the back side, you will see all of our awardees and sponsors. Please hit the QR code, and then you'll be able to actually pull out the citations that each one of these Marines did to warrant these awards. And when you read them, I'm sure you will find them quite impressive for what they did. So take some time, please, as you're eating to do that. We're going to give out 11 awards tonight. Those represent just a fraction of the 4,400 awards that we give out annually. We're very proud of each and every one of awards that we give out. And then finally, if I could, please, if I could ask the families, just the families, to stand up. If you are a family of an awardee, please stand up. You don't need to throw glasses at me or anything else like that. Just stand up. That's the best part of the evening, is really getting to recognize you and really getting to say thank you for what you do to support your Marine, your sailor, to make this all possible. So truly appreciate. Some of you have come from far away, some of you just down the road. It doesn't matter. You're here to support them, and you support them throughout the career. So thank you so much for that. And at this time, if I could just ask Lieutenant Commander Henson, are you here? There you are. You have it, brother. All right.
Join me in prayer. Almighty God, we come to you tonight and humbly ask that you bless this event with your holy presence. We give pause to thank you for our great nation and our military, both past and present. And tonight we ask that you impart a special blessing upon the awardees and their families as we take time to honor them for all that they have done. We thank you for instilling in them the sense of dedication and professionalism that has gotten them to this place of recognition. We pause to honor those who have gone before us to fight our nation's battles, and ask that you bless those deployed and those left back at home. God, we know that you are with us, no matter where we find ourselves, whether it's the fields of Bella Wood, the streets of Fallujah, the jungles of Okinawa, or the halls of the Pentagon. Your presence is with us. We ask that you strengthen us and you drive us forward in all that we do. God, we thank you right now for this food, this venue, the leadership of the Marine Corps and our nation, all the sponsors, and the Marine Corps Association. And we ask that tonight that you bless our nation and our Marine Corps for years to come. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy your dinner. We'll see you soon. Thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if I can ask you to take your seats. I hope everybody's had a good dinner. The time has come for the next part of the evening. Brigadier General McClam, sir. Hey, Reggie. What used to be a time when, you know. Ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed my honor to introduce the Operations Officer of the Marine Corps, Lieutenant General Jay Bargeron.
Well, good evening, Marines. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is truly an honor for me to be here, and it's an honor to see all of you here tonight. I'd like to begin by quickly thanking General Shiroti for that very quick introduction. I appreciate that. That's more than I normally get from General Shiroti. And the Marine Corps Association, really, for everything they do for our Marines all across the force. And that on the heels of an incredibly busy and successful modern-day Marine. So not a lot of downtime in between those events, and able to turn to and make this a great effort as well. And so really appreciate that. I'd like to specifically recognize MCA's Vice President for Events, Ms. Leanne Mitchell. I'm told that this is the 20th ground dinner that she's worked on in support of the GCE. So Leanne, congratulations, I think. Thanks for that amazing dedication, and thanks for another great event tonight. I'd like to take just a minute to recognize the PP&O team. Our Future Ops branch worked closely with MCA to make this a great evening, and in particular, I wanted to thank Master Gunnery Sergeant Dallas Miller. Master Guns, are you here? There he is. And the band and the color guard are gone. So that next. No, they did. I know there's a lot. Those guys have a lot going on, obviously, with parade season and with the America's, the nation's 250, all those events going on. So really happy to see them. Chuck also already thanked our sponsors and industry partners who helped underwrite this event. But I'd like to personally express my appreciation as well, because your support allows us to recognize some of our very best Marines in a truly meaningful way. And so we don't take that generosity for granted. So thank you all again. And to the families and the friends that are joining us tonight, especially those who are supporting the awardees, thank you. Your encouragement, your blood, sweat, and tears and support are a huge part of what makes these Marines successful. And tonight belongs to you. I want you to know tonight belongs to you as much as it does to them. So well done. In particular, I'd like to thank our Gold Star families for being here. The Zembeck family, Joanne, Pam, and Fallon, I know are over that way. I didn't get to see you beforehand, but maybe afterwards. And the Boer family here at our table, Lori, Robert, and Richard, welcome, and thank you all for being here. As many of you know, we recently concluded the Marine Corps Rifle Squad competition, and having those Marines and sailors here tonight is really a treat, and it's a powerful reminder of our most important assets, our Marines and sailors. And for those of you who don't know much about it, the Rifle Squad competition is 72 hours. It's a 72-hour event, practically nonstop, designed to test every aspect of what it means to be a Marine infantry squad. Tactical proficiency, field craft, endurance, decision-making, grit, and I can assure you that there were plenty of guts checked along the way too. It's a gut check of the highest manner. This year's squads came from all across our three active Marine divisions. From 1st Marine Division, 1st Battalion, 1st Marines. From 2nd Marine Division, it was 3rd Battalion, 2nd Marines, and hoorah. and from 3rd Marine Division, 3rd Littoral Combat Team from 3rd MLR. So we're going to announce the winning squad later in tonight's program, but please join me now in a round of applause for these Marines and sailors. I'm also honored to announce the introduction of a new award this evening, the Gunnery Sergeant Jeffrey E. Bohr Trophy for Outstanding Leadership. This award will recognize a staff sergeant or gunnery sergeant serving in the 0369 Infantry Unit Leader MOS who exemplifies exceptional leadership, courage, and tactical and technical excellence, much as in the same spirit as the Leftwich and the Hulbert Awards. Gunny Bohr was serving with 1st Battalion, 5th Marines, and deployed in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom 1 when he was killed near Baghdad in a close quarters firefight while he was coordinating a medical evacuation for one of his Marines. And he's remembered as a tremendous warrior, a trusted mentor, devoted husband, and his legacy of leadership, and courage, and selfless service really continues to inspire Marines to this very day. And Major General Padilla is here tonight, as you heard, and I know that he was a battalion commander, 1st Battalion, 5th Marines, and he can attest to the kind of leader Gunny Bohr was. So we're very excited about continuing this award, or starting this award. I'd like to recognize Gunny Bohr's wife, Lori, once more. Ma'am, thank you for being here. It's a real honor. Yeah, as I said, it's quite an honor for me to be here this evening. It's great to see great representation from across the Marine Corps. I want to thank all of my fellow general officers that are here for the great support, and it's just a ton of Harrier pilots here. What else are they going to be doing? Sorry, Smash. I'm coming to the Sundowner. No. Not anymore, right? Hey, I think it's important at gatherings like this that we take just a minute to remind ourselves that all over the globe, Marines are out front, doing the nation's business like they are every day, and often in harm's way. You know the 22nd MEU's in the Caribbean in support of Operation Southern Spear. You've been watching them, following them. They're being relieved right now by the 24th MEU. The 31st MEU is in the Middle East supporting operations in the Strait of Hormuz, along with several other separate deployments, TAC Air Squadrons, Engineer Support Task Forces, medical platoons. I think we may have emptied out Camp Pendleton Hospital, Air Defense Units, HIMARS Battery, Marine Wing Support Squadron, just the last unit that just deployed in there. Over 5,000 Marines out front in the Middle East supporting those operations. And they did it very quickly. And the 11th MEU deployed also ahead of schedule off the West Coast to support some of those requirements, other global requirements, and on the way out they provided disaster relief in Guam following the super typhoon there. So these deployments and others demonstrate the unique contribution of the Navy Marine team. Always ready to respond in hours, not days. And that's the strategic imperative behind our drive that you've probably been following, achieving great momentum to achieve persistent 3.0 ARGMU presence that our combatant commanders are asking for. We have 3 out there now, but 1 deployed ahead of schedule, 1's been extended, and 1's being relieved right now in the Caribbean. So 2 MEU was extended as well. So that's not the right presence, but we're going to get there. We're also actively campaigning alongside our allies and partners, strengthening relationships and honing our collective edge all over the globe. Just this year, over 1,300 Marines trained shoulder to shoulder with the Filipino allies, our Filipino allies in Exercise Balikatan. Rotational forces in Australia are building capability in the South Pacific. Our Marines and sailors are in Europe just concluded exercise Aurora, reinforcing NATO's eastern flank. And further south in Morocco, TUMEF is strengthening cooperation with our African partners in exercise African Lion. And here at home, we're supporting JTF Southern Border, JTF Southern Guard, and we're expanding our presence in the high north through a campaign Alaska. So taken together, these operations and exercises really represent the forward edge of a globally postured force that provides our nation's leaders with credible options to deter aggression and respond to crises right away. When trouble comes to the country, our citizens expect that there's going to be Marines ready to do something useful about it and do it right away. And that is the enduring value of U.S. Marines. But, of course, we can never rest on our laurels. The character of war is changing, and we're going to change with it. And that's the driving purpose behind our Ground Combat Element 2040 vision. GCE 2040 is not about predicting the future. It's about building a force that can operate effectively in any future. GCE 2040 is a roadmap. It leads to lethality, endurance, and decision advantage, using human-machine teaming to accelerate our decision-making cycle. But GCE 2040 starts with human-centered warfighting, because the individual Marine will always be our center of gravity. And our industry partners that are here tonight are, of course, critical in helping us develop GCE, the GCE of 2040, a more lethal, more survivable, and more connected than our adversaries will ever be. And to build that force, we're training Marines who can think critically under pressure, innovate with the tools that they have available, and maintain their fundamental warfighting excellence even when the screens go dark. The rifle squads that you'll see here tonight and the individual Marines that we recognize really embody this philosophy. They are proof, living examples that the individual Marine remains the most formidable weapon in our arsenal. And so that's really what tonight's all about. The awards that we'll present here in a few minutes are not just acknowledgments of past performance. They are indicators of our future success, the confidence that we have in our young Marines and sailors. So as we look toward 2040, the challenges we face today, we all know, will only grow more complex. They won't get any simpler. We'll operate in dispersed formations across great distances. Our logistics will be contested. Our communications will be degraded. And our adversaries will be more capable. But we'll win, because we got Marines and sailors like you'll see tonight. We'll be ready. We'll win, because we're making the necessary investments today. We're accelerating force design to field lethal capabilities faster. We're working with the Navy to restore our amphibious fleet to 3.0 presence. And most importantly, I'll say again, we're investing in the bedrock of our success, individual Marines. Thank you again for being here. Thanks for having me. Semper Fidelis.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you for being here to help us celebrate the 23rd Annual Ground Awards Dinner. We will begin our awards ceremony this evening with announcing the winners of the Head Course Marine Corps Annual Rifle Squad Competition. But first, I ask if you could please direct your attention to the screens on the sides for the following video.
To be honest, as Marines, right, we exist to fight and win our nation's wars. And if we are not able to perform at a high benchmark as it pertains to applying lethal force or lethality, then everything else is truly irrelevant.
one day we'll be boots on the ground. If I don't do my job right, people's lives pay the price.
This is where it all culminates. This is where it shows nothing but the standard and higher. I can't have a squad of robots. I need a squad of Marines, of humans.
Send me all the teams to my building! I think the Marine Corps wants to see like what its product is. And I think the Marine Corps squad comp shows them that.
My squad, we're under the full understanding that it can always get worse. That's what's going to get my squad through the competition and win us the title of Rifle Squad Champions.
So one of the things we really wanted to focus on are the Marines comfortable with their weapon systems? Can they zero those weapons and optics? And can they hit what they're aiming at, i.e. can they kill the enemy they're tasked to kill?
The basics is what kills everybody. All these little things, when you're getting tired, when you haven't slept in the past 48 hours, they're very easy not to do.
It all culminates to this point.
So we use the behaviorally anchored rating scale, or BARS assessments, to do some of the evaluation. But when we looked at BARS, we wanted to be able to evaluate some of the intangibles, such as unit cohesion, how team leaders interacted with their junior Marines, how the squad leader managed the fire team leaders, which we believe are extremely important as well.
If you have any opposing words against the U.S. or you would like to impose your will, I promise you, the United States Marine Corps Infantry Squad will locate, close with, and destroy you.
So it was important for us to assess survivability and lethality when they were exhausted, wet, and tired, to ensure that we were getting a look at who the squads truly were.
You know your choices are impactful to the success or failure of your squad. The load's kind of on our shoulders. Like, we got to go out, we got to do our jobs, we got to be good. There's really no other question about it. You don't really have a whole lot of time to get ready for stuff, so it's just reacting to what you're given. Just got to push the guys past what they think is their limit and get the most out of them.
You're going to keep going. At the end of the day, the mission is what matters. You're going to finish the mission.
I want to thank you for your service, and I mean that. I've been a Marine for 37 years. It all comes together, and it makes companies, and it makes battalions, and it makes regiments and divisions. But if it's not here, at this level, none of that other stuff happens. You are smart, clearly. Dedicated, clearly. Hardworking, principled. Could be doing other things with your life right now. But your decision to serve the country as a Marine, priceless.
The squad that we now hold as the preeminent rifle squad in the Marine Corps is 1st Squad, 1st Platoon, Company K from 3rd Battalion, 2nd Marines. The squad is led by Sergeant James Rain. The members of the squad are Corporal Miles Days, Lance Corporal Jack Casey, Lance Corporal Cody Brown, Lance Corporal Joshua Orozco, Corporal Tyler Wilson, Corporal Ricardo Santiago Sanchez, PFC James Myers, Lance Corporal Paul Torres, Lance Corporal Josiah Owens, Corporal Timothy Phelps, Lance Corporal Bryce Felder, Lance Corporal Christian Ward, Corporal Grant Johnson, and Hospitalman Gladys Belson. I may ask Lieutenant General Schroeder to join me on stage and take his position. Our next awards this evening are for the Division Marines of the Year. The first Marine of the Year award this evening comes from the 1st Marine Division. If I may ask Mr. David Paddock, Vice President, General Dynamics Corporation, and President, General Dynamics Land Systems, which sponsors this award, to please join us on stage. Thanks, sir. General Dynamics is a global aerospace and defense company. From Gulfstream business jets and combat vehicles to nuclear-powered submarines and communication systems, people around the world depend on General Dynamics products and services for their safety and security. The Marine of the Year from 1st Marine Division is Corporal Max E. Sun. Corporal Sun currently serves as Motor Transport Technician in Layette's NCO for Bravo Battery, 1st Battalion, 11th Marines. Corporal Sun distinguished himself through exceptional performance, serving as a critical asset during motor transport logistics readiness inspection and driving the battalion to achieve some of the highest scores to date in the 1st Marine Division. Known for his resilience and proactive leadership, he consistently sets the standard for his peers by tackling unfamiliar challenges. With a steadfast can-do mindset beyond his primary duties, he embodies the whole Marine concept. He has extensive community service, logging over 150 hours as Vice President of the Volunteer Driver Program, actively supporting Wounded Warrior Battalion, local youth sports, and unit events. His relentless pursuit of self... That's all. Excuse me. That's all. Sorry. Yeah, Next Marine of the Year award comes from the 2nd Marine Division. If I may ask Ms. Rebecca McGrain of BAE Systems, which sponsors this award, to please join us on the stage. BAE Systems' wide-ranging products and services cover air, land, and naval forces, as well as advanced electronics, security, information technology, and support services. The 2nd Marine Division of the Year is Corporal Corey Durham. Corporal Durham serves as a reconnaissance assistant team leader with 2nd Platoon, Company A, 2nd Recon Battalion. Corporal Durham distinguished himself through exceptional technical proficiency and leadership. During high-impact multinational exercise at Naval Station Activity, Cutler, Maine, he executed critical beach reports and surveys that carried service-level implications. While supporting 1/6 Marine Corps Combat Readiness Exercise, he demonstrated the technical application and command presence of a sergeant in a team leader capacity, a proactive mentor who constantly drives towards team lethality and self-improvement. He motivates his peers to elevate their performance through rigorous training and motivation. His maturity, technical mastery, and unwavering dedication to mission success make him highly deserving of Marine of the Division. Our next Marine of the Year award comes from the 3rd Marine Division. If I may ask Mr. Harry Phillips of L3 Harris, who sponsors this award, to please join us on stage. L3 Harris provides critical mission solutions to connect, inform, and protect the world. The 3rd Marine Division Marine of the Year is Corporal Jocelyn Medina Ramirez. Corporal Medina Ramirez serves as an administrative specialist with Headquarters Division. Upon recognizing shortfalls within the manpower section, Corporal Medina Ramirez willingly stepped in to assume the role as non-commissioned officer in charge. In this capacity, she effectively provided daily joint personnel statistics for real-world operations, accounting for 8,950 personnel, and updates the monthly personnel briefs for the 3rd Marine Division Commanding General. Corporal Medina Ramirez consistently provides results in a professional manner to command leaders, which has led her to assume greater rank responsibilities. Setting the example for her peers and subordinates to follow is worthy of recognition and well-deserving as Division Marine of the Year. Our final Marine of the Year award this evening comes from the 4th Marine Division. If I may ask, Master Gunnery Sergeant John Hernandez, United States Marine Corps retired, of Coleman and Company Incorporated, which sponsors this award, please join us. Coleman is a woman-owned small business that provides analytical, logistical, engineering, and business case analysis support to the Marine Corps. The 4th Marine Division Marine of the Year is Corporal Cameron Rinker. Corporal Rinker currently serves as fire team leader with 1st Battalion, 24th Marines, 1st Platoon, 1st Squad, where he consistently demonstrated exceptional leadership, initiative, and professionalism. During MRX-4 at Fort Knox, Kentucky, and exercised Northern Strike at Camp Grayling, Michigan, he trained Marines on the Mauls rocket launcher through detailed instruction and practice battle drills, improving squad readiness. His leadership proved decisive during live fire and maneuver ranges, where his team destroyed 3 enemy bunkers in support of platoon attacks. For his superior performance, Corporal Rinker was the only one of 4 Marines in the battalion awarded an Impact Navy and Marine Corps Achievement Medal. He exemplifies the values of honor, courage, and commitment through leadership, mentorship, and community involvement, making him highly deserving of 4th Marine Division's Marine of the Year Award. Our next award is the Colonel Justice Marion Jumpin' Joe Chambers Leadership Award. This award is presented annually to the Reserve Company Grade Officer who best demonstrates outstanding leadership qualities exemplified by Colonel Chambers. If I may ask Ms. Sinette Chow of USAA, who sponsors this award, to please join us on the stage for presentation. USAA is dedicated to serving military members and their families through insurance and by offering more benefits than any other major financial provider. During World War II, Colonel Chambers, a reserve officer, was awarded the Medal of Honor for actions as commander of 3rd Battalion, 25th Marines during the landing on Iwo Jima. Throughout Colonel Chambers' life, he demonstrated a strong dedication to country and corps. He was a model citizen and Marine. The recipient of this year's Chambers Award for Outstanding Leadership is Major Brian T. Carney. Major Carney served as a commanding officer of Company G, 2nd Battalion, 25th Marines, where his leadership, command presence, and tactical proficiency set conditions for sustained success. He played a key role during the integrated training exercise 3TAC-25, led planning and execution of the battalion small unit leaders course, and revitalized company culture by organizing a mess night that honored the legacy of Company G while connecting past and present generations of Marines. Beyond the Marine Corps, Major Carney serves his community as a police officer with the Nassau County Police Department Bureau of Special Operations, embodying the ideal of a citizen warrior. Throughout 2025, his leadership directly contributed to improved retention and the strongest command climate in the battalion. His relentless pursuit of excellence, innovative leadership, and unwavering dedication to his Marines make him highly deserving of the Colonel Justice Marion Jumpin' Joe Chambers Award. Major Carney is joined this evening by his father Don and mother Jeanette. Our next award this evening is the Sergeant James Horse Collar Smith Marine Special Operations Capability Specialist of the Year Award. This award, established in memory of Sergeant James Horse Collar Smith, is presented annually to recognize the Marine Staff Non-Commissioned Officer or non-commissioned officer who best exemplifies outstanding leadership as a Special Operations Capability Specialist in the Special Operations community. If I may ask Lieutenant Colonel David Yost, United States Marine Corps retired of Mantech, who sponsors this award, and Mr. Chris Smith, son of James Smith, please join us on stage. Mantech provides integration and solutions development in support of national security objectives across the defense, federal government, and intelligence agencies. Sergeant James Horse Collar Smith served in the 1st Raider Battalion in the Pacific Theater during World War II, where he was awarded the Silver Star for attacking a machine gun nest, and later awarded the Gold Star for his action on Tulagi, and was wounded in the culminating battle for Guadalcanal. After the Marine Corps, Horse Collar continued serving his country as Foreign Service Officer in Taiwan, Vietnam, Laos, and then behind the Iron Curtain in the Soviet Union. He remained a loyal Marine Raider, attending the recommissioning of the Raider emblem and name. His lifelong commitment to the Marine Corps and service to country embodied the very meaning of Semper Fidelis. The recipient of the James Horse Collar Smith Marine Special Operations Capability Specialist of the Year Award is Gunnery Sergeant Silas Olchenbruns. Gunnery Sergeant Olchenbruns distinguished himself as targeting chief for Marine Special Operations Company I, 2nd Marine Raider Support Battalion, by synchronizing targeting efforts for 6 special operations teams across a 437,000 square kilometer area. His leadership during over 30 partnered combat operations resulted in 9 enemy KIA, 4 detainees, and the destruction of 110 enemy locations. Filling critical theater ISR gaps, he sustained the targeting cycle through rigorous 18-hour days. Furthermore, his proactive intelligence development of a major smuggling network guided the Special Operations Task Force in seizing over 70,000 illegal pills and numerous heavy weapons. His extraordinary leadership and contributions to combat operations reflect the legacy of Sergeant James Horse Collar Smith. Gunnery Sergeant Olchenbruns is joined by his Aunt Lois. Our next award of the night is the Marine Special Operations Command Sergeant Clyde A. Thomason, Marine Special Operator of the Year. It is presented annually to a Marine serving on active duty as a critical skills operator who best demonstrates the outstanding leadership qualities exemplified by Sergeant Thomason. If I may ask Mr. Brian Brugman of Teledyne FLIR, which sponsors this award, to please join us on stage. Teledyne FLIR develops uncrewed platforms and innovative thermo and electrical optical sensing solutions that provide enhanced perception, awareness, and lethality to warfighters. During the legendary raid on the Japanese-held island of Macon on 17 August 1942, Sergeant Clyde Thomason was chosen to lead Advanced Marine Raider Assault Elements. Leading the advanced element of the forward echelon, Sergeant Thomason led his men with keen judgment and determination. His exemplary leadership and great personal valor encouraged them to fearless-like efforts. Courageously initiating multiple engagements against the enemy, Sergeant Thomason gallantly gave his life in action during the conduct of the multi-day raid. Sergeant Thomason was posthumously awarded the Medal of Honor. This year's Sergeant Clyde A. Thomason Marine Special Operator of the Year Award is Gunnery Sergeant Nicholas James. Gunnery Sergeant James distinguished himself as the Operations Chief for Marine Special Operations Company N, 3rd Marine Raider Battalion, by immediately seizing control of all operational facets and establishing an Operations Intelligence Fusion Cell that streamlined targeting across 10 outstations. He meticulously managed the command and control of 422 operations, 1,060 tactical ground movements, and 1,000 flight hours. Ensuring total combat effectiveness, following a fatal ISR aircraft crash, he decisively coordinated the rapid recovery team and critical communication with higher headquarters. His astute supervision of 11 high-priority missions led to 11 enemy KIA, the elimination of 2 high-value targets, and the capture of 11 enemy combatants. Gunnery Sergeant James' professional initiative and dedication are emblematic of the Raider legacy. Gunnery Sergeant James is joined by his wife Robin, father-in-law Johnny, and mother-in-law Renee. Our next award this evening is the Major Douglas A. Zimbeck Award for Outstanding Leadership in Marine Special Operations Command. It is presented annually to a Marine serving on active duty as a Special Operations Team Commander who best demonstrates the outstanding leadership qualities exemplified by Major Zimbeck. If I may ask Mr. Chris Patton of Lockheed Martin, who sponsors this award, to please join us. Lockheed Martin is a global security and aerospace company that is principally engaged in research, design, development, manufacture, integration, and sustainment of advanced technological systems, products, and services. Major Zimbeck is remembered as a fearless warrior and steadfast comrade, always putting others before himself. His distinguished service includes multiple deployments in support of operations in Kosovo and Iraq, notably as a commanding officer of Echo Company, 2nd Battalion, 1st Marines on the streets of Fallujah in 2004. On a subsequent deployment, he was killed while advising Iraqi forces during a raid in Baghdad on May 11th, 2007. His personal awards include the Silver Star, Bronze Star with Combat Distinguishing Device, and 2 Purple Hearts. Major Zimbeck embodied the true spirit of a Marine Corps officer. The recipient of the Zimbeck Award for Outstanding Leadership is Captain Joshua Scaife. Captain Scaife served as Team Commander, Marine Special Operations Company N, 3rd Marine Raider Battalion. Captain Scaife distinguished himself as a team commander by expertly projecting his team across 6 persistent locations to advance critical SOCOM priorities. He advanced partner special operations capabilities, integrated emerging technologies, and developed host nation warfighting plans. By directly advising the host nation Vice Chief of Naval Operations and senior military leaders, he established a foundation for regional integration, combined exercises, and allied interoperability. His strategic leadership dramatically improved the host nation's wartime readiness, directly supporting U.S. Indo-PACOM lines of effort and wider U.S. diplomatic objectives, making him highly deserving of the MARSOC Special Operations Officer of the Year. Captain Scaife is joined this evening by his wife, Tai Lin, his mother, Kyung, and his father, Tom. Our next award is the Gunnery Sergeant Jeffrey E. Bower Jr. Award for Outstanding Infantry Unit Leadership. This is the inaugural year for this award and will be presented annually to the Marine Infantry Unit Leader who best exemplifies the qualities of tactical and technical competence and leadership displayed by Gunnery Sergeant Jeffrey E. Bower Jr. If I may ask Master Gunnery Sergeant Dallas Miller Infantry Specialist, who made this award possible, alongside Marine Gunner Chief Warrant Officer 3, J.C. Knight, United States Marine Corps retired, of Saab Incorporated. Saab helped sponsor this award and provides rapidly deployable, customized solutions that equip Marines with the tools they need to be lethal and survivable on the battlefield. Following high school graduation, Jeffrey E. Bohr Jr. enlisted in the U.S. Army and became an Army Ranger, where he parachuted into Grenada to help oust Panamanian dictator Manuel Noriega. He would later serve the Gulf War during Operation Desert Storm. In 1993, Gunnery Sergeant Bohr transferred to the United States Marine Corps and was stationed aboard Marine Corps Base Camp Pendleton. On 10 April 2003, during Operation Iraqi Freedom, when his company was assigned the dangerous mission of seizing a presidential palace in Baghdad, and concerned that logistical resupply might be slow in reaching his Marines once they reached the objective, Gunnery Sergeant Bohr selflessly volunteered to move his two soft-skinned vehicles with the company's main armored convoy. While moving through narrow streets toward the objective, the convoy took intense small arms and rocket-propelled grenade fire. Throughout this movement, Gunnery Sergeant Bohr delivered accurate, effective fires into the enemy while encouraging his Marines and supplying critical information to his commander. Upon learning of a wounded Marine in a Ford vehicle, Gunnery Sergeant Bohr immediately coordinated medical treatment and evacuation. Moving to the position of the injured Marine, Gunnery Sergeant Bohr continued to lay down high volumes of suppressor fire while simultaneously guiding the medical vehicle to his mortally wounded Marine. During these actions, he was mortally wounded by hostile enemy fire, and for his actions, he was awarded the Silver Star. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's recipient of the Gunnery Sergeant Jeffrey E. Bohr Jr. Award for Outstanding Infantry Unit Leadership is Gunnery Sergeant Michael N. Hathcox.
Before we read his citation, if I can just have the Bohr family come up here. This is the first time that we award this. So Lori and the brothers. And Lance Corporal Ackerman, where you at? Ackerman, where you at? Come on up. It's great to call somebody a Lance Corporal. Come on up here. Get up here. Yeah. General Padilla, sir, could you join us?
Gunnery Sergeant Hathcox served as Company Operations Chief for Company F, 2nd Battalion, 2nd Marines. Gunnery Hathcox demonstrated tactical proficiency by personally leading his company's preparation for its assignment as a ground combat element, orchestrating a series of complex live-fire attacks, masterfully integrating machine guns, mortars, rockets, and explosive obstacle breaching. A critical factor in the successful execution of the Marine Corps Combat Readiness Evaluation. On less than 48 hours' notice, Gunnery Sergeant Hathcox was crucial to the rapid deployment of the reinforced Company F to Jordan for Operation Spartan Shield. There, he'd immediately assessed and fortified protection measures at 2 separate positions, securing over 600 personnel and critical infrastructure. As the environment shifted, his operational foresight led him to identify and develop bilateral training with host nation forces, strengthening key partnerships in a contested region and creating an impact felt across the joint force. Gunnery Sergeant Hathcox is a living embodiment of the Marine Corps Gunnery Sergeant and is the ideal warrior to honor the legacy of Gunnery Sergeant Bohr. Our next award is the Gunner Henry Lewis Holbert Trophy for outstanding leadership. This award is presented annually to the Marine gunner who best exemplifies the qualities of tactical and technical competence and leadership displayed by Gunner Holbert. If I may ask Chief Officer 5 Gunner Jeremy Barone, Gunner for Plans, Policies, and Operations, and Lieutenant Colonel Kevin Goodwin, United States Marine Corps retired of NAMO Defense Systems, which sponsors this award, to please join us on stage. NAMO is an aerospace and defense group specialized in production of ammunition, rocket motors, and space applications. Henry Holbert enlisted in the Marine Corps at the age of 31 in 1898. During a clash with natives in Samoa in 1899, he held off attackers as a member of a small rear guard, enabling wounded men and civilians to reach safety. For his actions, he was awarded the Medal of Honor. In 1917, Sergeant Major Holbert appeared before an examining board and became the first Marine to don the bursting bomb insignia of the Marine gunner. Then, 50 years old, he pressed his commanders to be assigned to service in combat units and finally won the approval of the Commandant, sailing for France with the 5th Marine Regiment. He served in numerous actions with the regiment, including Belleau Wood. On October 4th, 1918, while organizing his unit for a counterattack, Gunner Holbert was killed by enemy fire. In addition to the Medal of Honor, his personal awards include the Distinguished Service Cross, the Navy Cross, multiple awards of the Purple Heart, and the French Croix de Guerre. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's recipient of the Holbert Trophy for outstanding leadership is Chief Warrant Officer 3, Marine Gunner Adam M. Corzat. Gunner Corzat served as a gunner for Tactical Training and Exercise Control Group, TTECG, Marine Air Ground Task Force Training Command. Gunner Corzat achieved monumental breakthroughs in live fire training design. To address the omnipresent threat of small unmanned aerial systems in the modern fight, Gunner Corzat hand-drew surface danger zones of various weapon systems to accommodate the tight geometries associated with TTECG's live fire ranges, and creating the first ever shoot boxes and control procedures to deconflict friendly and enemy armed drone weapon systems with live fire and maneuver occurring simultaneously. Furthermore, he liaised with Weapon Systems Development Division to ensure the integration of emerging technology, such as the drone killer cartridge, into future iterations of training. He demonstrated strength and understanding, assessing and improving the technical and conceptual details underpinning infantry capabilities, and combined with his unparalleled ability to mentor Marines and build teams, make him a leader deserving of the Gunner Henry L. Holbert Trophy. Gunner Corzat is joined this evening by his wife, Michaela. Our final award this evening is a presentation of the Lieutenant Colonel William G. Leftwich Award for Outstanding Ground Combat Arms Leadership. The Leftwich Trophy for Outstanding Leadership is presented annually in memory of Lieutenant Colonel William Groom Leftwich. Eligible nominees are Marine captains in the ground combat arms serving on active duty as company or battery commanders. Lieutenant Colonel Leftwich was commissioned a Marine Second Lieutenant in 1953 upon graduation from the United States Naval Academy. He first reported for duty in Vietnam in January of 1965 as an assistant senior advisor to the Vietnamese Marine Brigade. Lieutenant Colonel Leftwich participated in 27 major operations against the Viet Cong in the Central Highlands and was wounded in the March of 1965. In addition to receiving the Purple Heart, he was awarded the Navy Cross for extraordinary heroism. On November 18, 1970, while serving as a commanding officer of 1st Reconnaissance Battalion, Lieutenant Colonel Leftwich served as a senior extract officer as he insisted on personally accompanying every emergency extraction requested by his recon teams. One team had incurred casualties and requested an emergency extraction from an enemy-infested territory, complicated by dense fog enveloping the area. The team was extracted under Lieutenant Colonel Leftwich's personal supervision, but as the helicopter began its ascent, it crashed into the mountainside, killing all on board. In addition to the Navy Cross, his personal awards include the Silver Star, the Legion of Merit with Combat V and 2 gold stars, the Meritorious Service Medal, the Air Medal with 1 gold star, the Purple Heart with 2 gold stars, and various personal awards from the Republic of Vietnam. His selfless and determined lead from the front by example leadership style still impacts those who knew and served with him to this day, and was the inspiration for his being the namesake for this outstanding leadership award. The recipient of this year's Lieutenant Colonel William G. Leftwich Award for Outstanding Ground Combat Arms Leadership is Captain Andrew R. Kennedy. Captain Kennedy served as his company commander for Fires and Reconnaissance Company, 2nd Battalion, 7th Marines. Captain Kennedy successfully led 2 of the battalion's most demanding companies through service-level training exercise 1 TAC 25, the Battalion Marine Corps Combat Readiness Exercise, a contingency deployment supporting the Los Angeles Federal Protection Mission, and an operational deployment in support of UDP West 26.1. While simultaneously overseeing each company's transition to force design structure, including the establishment of the very first Fires and Reconnaissance Company of its kind. Throughout 2025, he consistently demonstrated exceptional leadership, operational expertise, and an unwavering commitment to the development and welfare of his Marines. His humility, work ethic, mission focus, and ability to inspire those around him embody the leadership traits of Lieutenant Colonel Leftwich. Captain Kennedy is joined this evening by his mother, Christy, Father Andrew, and brother Thomas.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for this young man. Truly inspirational evening with the awards and the citations, and if you listen to some of those citations, you just understand the gravity of their situations as they were awarded these awards. And so, well done to all the awardees, and thank you once again for the support and sponsorship. I wish all of you a pleasant evening. Hopefully, I'm told is it raining out there? Do we know? But if it is, be careful. If not, fair winds and following sea. Semper Fidelis. We'll see you next time. Bye.